It is day 9 of the country's lockdown, and during this time, most companies have their employees working remotely. The Managing Director of Innovative Staffing Solutions, Arnoux Mare, says it'll take a particular type of leadership that will supplicate the best out of the organization and its staff. This as the service level agreements and key performance indicators may contractually bind employees to meet their targets. Well, Arnoux Mare joins us now via Skype to share about some of the leadership skills. Arnoux, a very good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to Morning Live.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Now, Arnoux, during these difficult times, how should those in leadership positions display their bold and decisive skills to their fellow colleagues?
Well, I think we're always used to the status quo of managing companies in a certain way, always using sometimes micromanagement systems where we are always looking over employee shoulders and so forth. And I think this gives a perfect opportunity for employees to shine and to show what they can actually do whilst working from home, using the digital interfaces that we have available to be able to do meetings online, and actually just go ahead and prove to management as well that they are there to support the company, and we all need to build the economy back because we are facing some serious difficulties.
And how do they keep their employees motivated? I mean, keeping the emotional and as well as the social intelligence intact?
Well, what we do is we keep in close contact with our employees. We ensure that they are happy, and we educate them in the COVID epidemic that we are facing, telling them to keep themselves healthy and clean. We have constant meetings with them. Some of my operational people are always out in the field because we transport essential goods. And we just ensure that they know that management's there for them and that we support them and that we ensure that they are not alone.
And you say that humility should not be confused with low self-esteem or meekness. I wonder what you mean by this.
Well, of course it shouldn't be. Humility means that we must lead with caring rather than low self-esteem. So show our employees that we care. Show our employees that leadership is there for them. That we as leadership also works through this time. We don't just sit at home and hide ourselves from this epidemic and expect of the employees to go out and do their jobs. A leader should always lead by example, and we're definitely trying to do that through our ISS.
Let's talk about entrepreneurs and business owners, Arnoux. I mean, how should they accentuate the value of adopting humility during these tough times?
Well, I think times are changing, and we've been thrown into a massive change in a very short time. So people need to learn to adopt. They need to look at better strategies for their companies, strategize in a way where companies will be able to go forward and not be stagnated by the problems that we have. Unfortunately, certain companies won't be able to operate in these times, but they can use these times to plan their marketing and their sales strategies going forward, to improve their operational planning and strategies in these times. Even use this time to train employees in new methods online while employees are at home. So I think this is a great opportunity for companies to improve on systems and methods of working and even managerial skills and upskilling the employees while they have some downtime now at the moment.
And no doubt, Arnoux Mare, how do we ensure that staff morale is kept at an all-time high?
Well, I think it remains the same as always. Keeping staff happy is actually listening to them, treating them as human beings, and not as property. So if you show your employees that you care about them and you take a bit of time just to log in with them and make sure that they actually know that they are important to the organization, and the company needs an employee just as much as an employee needs a company. And if we work together, then we definitely build morale, and morale starts from the top and works its way down. So positive management will lead to positive employees at the end of the day.
And as an entrepreneur yourself, what parting words to those listening to this interview right now and in the space of being leaders, what's your advice to them during this time? How do they stay afloat?
Well, be careful. I think we've never faced this in our, especially in my generation's time. I think in a few generations older than me. Be careful. Do your planning well. Ensure that you build your company and work on your company in this time. We're not able to work in our companies at this time. Keep your client relations well through this time. Ensure your clients that you are doing everything to ensure that you don't spread the virus, and ensure that your employees are happy in this time. Because at the end of the day, if we don't face this together as a country, and if we don't help each other to get through this, then we are going to sit with a huge problem at the end of the day. People need to understand that difficult times come, and we just have to face them, change to the way we do things, and then go forward.
Arnoux Mare, thank you so much for sharing your thoughts with us. Much appreciated. That was Arnoux Mare, the Managing Director of Innovative Staffing Solutions and entrepreneur himself, talking to us about how humility and leadership during these tough times that the world finds itself in can be realized.